Guys, what is up? What's going on out there today? Brent Abel here with another episode of Theory versus Reality. Here's the stuff that actually works. And today's title, the message is shot choice fatigue. It's a real thing. It drains our fuel tank, and we gotta make sure that we stop doing this. And I'm gonna. This is something I used to do, and pretty darn fit as it is, but I was just wearing myself out in matches, just getting exhausted because of what we're going to talk about today. It's a trainable skill that we got to spend some time on. And look, so before we get into today's episode, just a quick reminder if you've not yet signed up for my free 9-minute video that talks about mental toughness, how it gets built points. Between points, side changes 80% of our match, right? Only 20% of the time are we actually playing the points. If you nail the 80% of our match, good things tend to happen consistently in the 20% of the match, the actual points. Right down below, there's a link. We'll take you over. Just drop in a first name, email address, and you'll get free access to a 9-minute video. Guys, let's get into it today, and let's talk about shot choice fatigue. What that means is that on any incoming ball, whether you're returning serve, I mean, yeah, whether well, I was going to say when you're serving, because how often do we have a target in mind, and we put the toss up there, and our target might have been, hey, I'm going down the tee, and then you put the toss up there, and you go, nah, I'm going to go out wide. All right, so that not trusting your first shot choice with your serve, but especially during the point, right? If you're returning serve or any other incoming ball from your opponent, if you start doubting your initial shot choice, now a little sub menu of shot choices drops down in front of you, right? Your first shot choice was, hey, I'm taking this thing cross court. And now all of a sudden, before you hit it, go, no, wait a minute, there's a little opening up the line. Maybe I can squeeze that thing through there, right? Hit a ball that they just won't touch. Nah, maybe I should just go ahead and play a drop shot. Now all of a sudden, you've not really committed to any of those shot choices. And that really breeds a lot of low confidence. And lots of low confidence just fatigues. It tires us out. It drains our fuel tank. And if you do this over and over and over throughout the match, I'm telling you, it just it's just fatiguing, right? So what's the answer? Well, the answer is to train yourself to number one, do two things. Number one is what's your tactical pattern against this opponent today? Not based on playing your game, but based on what is their strength, right? They might have like the biggest forehand we've ever seen since, I don't know, whoever. But I mean, for me, if that guy over there's got a bomber of a forehand, I'm just going, okay, well, he's not going to see a forehand today. Maybe, if it's like the lower 40 and all I got to do is bunt it over there towards his forehand, okay, fine. But I've now narrowed my shot choice down to, let's say, right back up the middle, or let's say over to that backhand quadrant, or let's say a mix of all those, with some drop shots, right? And so now all of a sudden I've got my shot choice really narrowed down to maybe just half of the court over there. Okay. So now I'm starting to eliminate shot choice fatigue. So now it's only, hey, can I trust my initial shot choice to that spot on the court? So that's really part two. Part one is what's your tactical shot choice, right? Against this specific opponent. What's he good at? Let's not give it to him. What's he average at? Maybe even what he's weak at. If a guy's weak at something, why would we not just pepper that thing until he shows us that they can't, that maybe it's not weak, right? So that's thing one. But thing two then is, okay, well, shot choice, I'm gonna trust my initial shot choice. I'm not gonna allow a sub menu of different shot choices to drop down in front of me as this ball's coming in, right? So that's trainable. And when you do that, when you trust that initial shot choice, does it always work out? Of course not. This is not a game of figuring out, well, what's the formula to be dead perfect to where you never ever miss. We're going to miss some shots. That's just the reality of it. But the key is to eliminate shot choice fatigue by trusting what is your initial shot choice. And when you do that, man, I think your confidence will just stay up here. Again, you're not going to win every point. That's okay, right? That's just the reality of the game. But we want to eliminate shot choice fatigue. Guys, hope this has been helpful. I want to hear from you down below. What's on your mind? Any comments, any questions, remarks, feedback? Let me know. I love to read your stuff and always respond. And of course, yeah, if you've not yet picked up my free 9-minute video on mental toughness, how do we build it? When is it built? It's built during 80% of the match, that time spent between points and on side changes. That's when you build it. And when you're disciplined to, at least for me, it's a 4 parts between points routine. When you're disciplined to doing it, even against an opponent that you ought to be beating 10 out of 10 times, you don't want to get sloppy. You don't want to think it's like a light switch. Well, now I need it against this opponent. You got to practice this thing, and you got to make sure against opponents that you ought to be beating all the time, you still don't get sloppy and you continue with this 4 parts between points routine. Right down below, there is a link. I want you to click it. If you haven't done so, just drop in a first name, email address, and you will get immediate access to that free 9-minute video. Guys, hope this has been helpful. It's now time. We got to get out there. Got to help someone else have a great day. Guys, I will see you again next time.